It's vital for coaching, in the sense that these days players are obsessed with their numbers, with their stats, what they did, and these need to be accurate and they need to be perfect. And we get that from performer. You'd be quickly told if you got one of them wrong. Well, the players will thrive on good feedback and clarity, and then we get both of those.
My use of Performa and the tool that it is allows me to, I suppose, accentuate the positive and development that we can bring to a player in their role, and also looking back, analyse and take the emotion out of what happened in a game situation to present a clearer picture that hopefully a player can develop their game, correct errors and look to build on their skill set going forward. Well, on game day, there's a broad range that the tool allows us to do, whether it be on the scores, the sources of them, the kick out, what their maybe patterns, looking at turnovers, and a broad range of aspects in the game. Really, it depends on what you're looking to identify for maybe on a particular opposition. But in general, you can look at the broad range of the skills involved in the game. On a half-time scenario, you're working in a very sharp window, so I suppose you're looking to keep that to a narrow basis, maybe 3-4 points that you want to hone in on, and the tool allows you to do that, whether it be on kickouts. Are there certain areas of the field that they're being targeted? Are there people who are having a serious impact on the game, and it gives you an idea of where they are positioning themselves in regard to that impact they're having, and also maybe issues in regard to turnover or just a general input of each player and the impact they are having on the game. I suppose one of the key things has been you're trying to develop the player at all times, and trying to do that in a positive manner, so you can create notes or videos or clips for the player that allow them to highlight where we can positively impact their game and develop them, and allow them to take, as I said, we take the emotion out of what your perception was in the game, and identify particular areas in the game where they maybe had a positive impact, or where if they had questioned their thinking onto something, how could they have a better role in a game scenario like.
Immediately I get my iPad after the game, and we've all the coded analysis on there. So what it allows me to do is filter through different events from the game. So it lets me look at key moments, key coachable moments, things that I can feed back to both the rest of the coaching team and obviously back to the players. And I can start doing that immediately after the game, which is really helpful and really timely, so that we're getting set up for the next training session, the next coaching session. That allows me to look at things very early, get a good picture of maybe what went right in the game, what went wrong, what different scenarios we were presented with, ones that we might have handled well and ones that we didn't. And then it helps me formulate a plan for the week ahead in terms of what we need to work on in training. So that helps me. I use that performance analysis to inform my session plans for the week ahead, and we start doing that on Monday night and sharing that with the rest of the coaches. So that means that I'm using that performance analysis to be prepared, and that's what gives me plenty of comfort, that I know when I'm coming training on a Wednesday and Friday that I've the preparation done, I've my homework done, the players have their feedback, they know what they need to work on, they know what we're working on that night. So that's where performance analysis gives me a big boost and really aids my coaching.
I think it really helps us to hone in on particular aspects of the game that might not be there to, I will say, the eye outside will say or understand. You can actually hone in on areas where you might have those small details, and I think ultimately when you look at GA in general, I think that these little details are massive to getting teams over the line. From a player's point of view, being a forward, one that I always look at, I think, is, I suppose, shot maps, shooting efficiency from areas such as outside the D or top of the D or side of the D. So I suppose obviously our coaches can show us these things and tell us, obviously, but I think when you look at it from a player's perspective, your own individual stats, where are you getting your most joy from on the pitch, where are you getting a lot of your possessions, where do you want to get the ball, where are you most dangerous, I suppose. So when I look at my stats, or when the team outlines what they think that can help me and give me the materials, I always try and look at these things where they're there as a tool. If you use them in the correct way, I think it makes a massive difference to an individual's game and also a collective view.